So I'm going to do a short recording of the first chapter of this really funny book called Just a Typo, The Cancellation of Celebrity Mo Riverlake, brilliantly written by John Bannardo. This is a very funny novel about cancel culture, and it is really, really funny and very insightful. Chapter 1. To think my whole life turned on a typo. I was up early that Tuesday morning, not because my calendar was teeming with production meetings, endorsement opportunities, or one of those massages where they drop hot coals on your back, but because I had to pee. My goal was to take care of that and rush back to bed to continue my dream. I was about to accept my Lifetime Achievement Award from Charlize Theron when she whispered that further accolades were awaiting me in her dressing room. My bladder interfered toward the end of an extremely truncated speech. My pee lasted longer than those rising water race games at carnivals, and with equal force. I darted through the dark without flushing and dove under the duvet, but it was too late. My mind could only conjure the same unsettled civilians that comprised my reality. The anxiety of losing both my reputation and my livelihood had caused me to revert to my old eating habits. I dug out 6 boxes of Pop-Tarts from my earthquake preparedness kit when everything started, and I thanked them daily for supporting me. After nestling my breakfast treats into the toaster oven, I stood and waited. Across my 40 years, I might have never gotten a dream to resume properly, but I'd always been adept at determining the precise time needed to heat 2 Pop-Tarts to perfection. It was a necessary skill because my toaster's timing mechanism had recently been declining in perfect step with my career. I'd cranked the dial to 15 minutes just to get it going, but I'd monitored my internal clock instead, releasing the pastries at their optimum temperature. This was grounds for a new toaster, maybe even one with a touchscreen display. However, acquiring it under the current circumstances would be as difficult as winning the bonus round on my hit game show, Hats Off. I'd been a prisoner in my own house for 2 weeks because of the legion of irate citizens outside. I couldn't even get deliveries. When Amazon sent a package of comfort food by drone a week earlier, someone shot it down with a BB gun, scattering chocolate chip cookie dough amongst the masses. It was while staring at my toasted delicacies that the whirring of helicopter blades overtook the wheezing of the timer. Here in Los Angeles, that usually meant a high-speed chase was about to barrel through my neighborhood, or perhaps a local grocer had run out of avocados. In this instance, I feared it was related to the hysteria outside my front gates. There'd been a police presence out there since the infamous Typo and the never-ending stream of false narratives that followed. People had been picketing my existence for weeks, but when I stepped away from the toaster to look out the window this time, the melting pot was bustling with anticipation, like I'd soon be opening for a Black Friday sale. Oh, stop it. My curiosity chafed at me like an old bathing suit. I needed news. My phone was not an option. It was now in several pieces beneath the cracked photo of Weird Al Yankovic, the result of a disgruntled heave before the weekend. I couldn't find the television remote until I remembered how I'd whisked it into a half-eaten bag of pork rinds the same day. Sure enough, what popped onto my TV were overhead views of those same exasperated masses, clamoring for justice as far back as the next zip code. I always thought it was a cliche when people described angry mobs as carrying pitchforks and torches, but there they were. Several people toted flaming broomsticks, and I swear there was one pitchfork poking through the protesters. It was that or some decorative piece from Crate and Barrel. My toes tightened as Al Roker wished a happy 100th birthday to a woman on the outskirts of the crowd. She was wearing a t-shirt with my likeness under the words, "Mo Riverlake sucks." When they cut back to the host, it was finally clear what was going on. I was going to be arrested. 2 thoughts washed over me. I better put on some clothes, and I think I just burned my Pop-Tarts.